Sherlock and the CEO of Power Team Marketing. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Tonight is a very special call that we're doing, and I told you guys before, every now and then we're going to be bringing on some experts that is going to teach you guys some more value in building your business, and not just this business, but anything that you do in your life as far as business is concerned and in our industry. And one thing that I've learned is I have 15 years of experience, almost 15 years now, in network marketing, and 10 of those years, I was a quitter and a failure. It wasn't until the last 5 years that I've actually really started to have a lot of success. And because I realized a couple of things. You know, it doesn't matter how much of a desire or things you have if you don't learn the skills necessary to build your business. And when I came back to network marketing after I failed and I quit, I decided to learn marketing skills. The first skill that I learned was dealing with the internet. I wanted to use the internet as an advantage since everybody's already on the internet, and I got pretty good at doing that. But the old way, the old school way of marketing, of advertising, is tried and tested, and it will never go away, even in a changing economy. And I was always wanted to learn how to do direct sale marketing and offline marketing, and not just doing PBR at your home, but being able to generate ways of having massive exposure for your business. At the end of the day, everybody is selling products and services. Well, if nobody knows that you're selling products and services, then who are you selling them to? You're not making any sales. The person that has the most eyeballs that see your product is going to make the most money. It doesn't matter how great you speak. It doesn't matter your background, your age, your race, your religion. At the end of the day, the person who can put their product in front of the most people makes the most money. And we're looking at long-term, continuous marketing, just like Fortune 500 companies do. And when we join a home-based business, just because we're in our own business, that doesn't mean that it's any different from a Fortune 500 company. What do they do to market their business? They advertise, whether it's in radio ad, newspaper, television commercials, whatever. They have an advertising budget to build their business, and so should you. So, earlier of this year, I was looking for a way to learn how I can do specifically postcard marketing. Because I know a lot of the top leaders in this industry in different companies, they don't share this information with their downlines. It's very interesting that they don't do this. But when I talk to them and I ask them, say, hey, what type of marketing are you doing? Almost every single one of them has some form of postcard marketing campaign going on that they're doing by themselves. And they can do it by themselves because they can afford to. It costs a lot of money for them to do so when they're doing it by themselves. And it's not, the way they're doing it is not duplicatable for their organization because their organization can't afford to do what they do, so they just don't teach it. But they use it themselves to remain at the top of their companies and to always have a flow of new customers, new reps, but most importantly, exposure going on out there than everybody else in the company because they were doing postcard marketing. I never knew how to do that, so I met a gentleman by the name of Mr. Scott Compton, and he has been doing advertising, made millions of dollars in advertising over the past decade. This is a gentleman who went from being homeless to a millionaire, learning this skill, and took his handyman business to seven-figure income with his business. He's also has a whole lot of experience in network marketing. And we came together and said, you know, what if we could create a co-op campaign with postcard marketing? Meaning, not just allow it usable for people who have a lot of money, the top heavy hitters, but for the average person who's just getting started, create something that's affordable that they can hop on board and have exposures going on with a very limited budget, anywhere between $50 to a couple of $100 a month. What if we're able to do that? So, one idea led to something huge. We ended up starting a company, Niche Marketing and Advertising, which went from just doing postcards to being an entire print shop all by itself. We're very excited and happy that has become a success with us. And now that we attempted to start a postcard campaign with our last company, of Vitel. The one thing about marketing and doing postcards is it's not something that happens overnight. It takes time and consistency to make things happen. Well, we all know that Vitel at the end ended up merging and getting bought out by Shop and Sherlock. So we didn't even have enough time to really get our postcard marketing campaign kicked off the ground with Vitel. But we do have that opportunity to do so with Shop and Sherlock. And just looking at what we have, it is a much better and easier sell than Vitel. The message in itself is simple. We give away a product for free. And we make money every time people use this product, which is shopping. Especially right now during the holiday season. Everybody is going to shop, and most people shop online. I don't need to give you a whole nother Sherlock presentation. You already know so. That's why you're in the business. Now imagine everything a household getting a postcard with that shopping Sherlock image on it, and they can save money. It's a no-brainer. So we feel we're going to have a very successful campaign and a long-term run marketing our style with Shopping Sherlock, and we want to be able to create some co-op campaigns that all of you guys can participate in, no matter what your budget is, so that you can have extra source of leads coming in, eyeballs looking at your opportunity. So what I want to do right now is bring the expert on the line and turn the call over to my business partner. He's the CEO of Niche Marketing and Advertising, Mr. Scott Compton. So Scott, are you there?
I'm here, Brandon. How are you tonight?
Doing good. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. Folks, you guys may or may not have actually heard my name, Scott Compton. I've actually been out of the industry for about 12 years. 12 years ago, though, somebody had the great fortune of meeting me and finding some goodness in me, and said, kid, we'll put some energy behind you, and if you can make phone calls all day and all night, we will show you how to make a lot of money. And I actually had the great opportunity of working with one of the greatest networkers in the industry at that time, Mr. Peter Jensen, and a couple other guys out of Arlington, Texas. And they gave me a lead list. And they said, listen, go make 150 calls a day. Literally, if you're willing to make over 6,000 to 8,000 calls in a 120-day period, you will be a success, Scott. And they were right. They were right. And I made one close to, I think it was 6,000 or 7,000 calls over 120 days, and that led to well over about $90,000 income from network marketing in my first year. Since then, that company dissolved. That income kind of went away. And all of a sudden, I was thinking to myself, wow, I did all that work, and this company is no longer here. And so, in the future, I said to myself, I'm gonna work to make sure that this is easier, that this is not as hard as the way I had to do it. And so I got out of network marketing about 12 years ago, and I went into traditional business, and I happened to start up a home service company. One of my companies is called Tuck Toy Storage. Another one is called Original Small Jobs. We have a company called Deck Guys America, and we're actually starting up next year a company called Gutter Dude. And that company was very unsuccessful for the first 5 to 7 years. And I was kind of doing it all wrong. I was doing it, really completely backwards than really what I've learned to be a success today. And what happened is one night I was looking at a magazine, and in the magazine it says, I have the secret to wealth. And so I ordered a couple of them and got them to my house and opened it up and was reading through the booklets they were giving me, and it kept saying, the secret to wealth is advertising. And I said, wow, okay, I've been doing advertising for 7 years, and I'm not really doing a lot of money here. What am I doing wrong? And so one night I really thought about it, and I said, major corporations make a lot of money. Major corporations do very well. Why do you have to be a big, huge corporation to make a lot of money? I mean, you should be able to make good money just being a guy in a truck, a guy in a van. And so I decided to study corporate brand marketing to the point that once I studied it, I realized the secret of advertising. I realized the secrets of branding. I realized the secrets of how special it is to have a good graphic artist. And, at the end of the day, what we figured out back 12 years ago when we were still young in business is we really, truly figured out the secret to wealth. And the secret to wealth is if you're going to advertise at the highest level. Make sure that your brand image is really a very high image. I mean, make sure you're putting your best foot forward. And so what we have done with Niche Marketing and Advertising Incorporated, and Brandon Ivy is the vice president of that company, I mean, we own it together, is we started out with a vision. And the vision is that it's real simple. Network marketing, we've been teaching people for years how to do networking, but we've never really taught people how to do marketing. And the best thing that probably ever happened to me is that I had the opportunity to walk away from the industry for 12 years. And I didn't have to, and when I came back, I kind of had a fresh look. I was kind of the outside guy right there for a little bit looking in, and I was able to really analyze the industry for what it is. And one thing that our goal is with Niche Marketing and Advertising and working with Sherlock is real simple. We want to make sure that every single person that comes into shopping Sherlock has the ability to duplicate. And so, I have 3 concepts here, or actually 4 concepts that I really believe in. I call him the founder of network marketing, which is Dexter Yeager. He created what a huge success with Amway. And he had 4 principles of success. And it's interesting, when I finally heard these 4 principles of success that he actually, kind of coined, I realized that I've been following these principles of success ever since I started advertising and doing brand image marketing. And what's interesting is that he says, you've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, you might as well not even get up in the morning because you got to have a dream. That's the first principle of success. The second principle of success is that you've got to literally have the concept that you've got to put exposure to that dream. And I think it's interesting that exposure happens to be the second principle of success, right? So the third principle of success is that you've got to have a why. What is your why? What makes you get up out of bed like I did this morning at 5:30, was it, honey? 5:30 this morning, and get up and leave my family and go to work and do something really hard all day long. You've got to have that why. For me, it's my family, it's my kids, it's literally homeless. That's right, I was homeless over 20 years ago, and then I was homeless 3 more times in my life until I actually found success, true success. And what I found is that building relationships is your true success. I mean, if you don't have relationships, what do you have? So, that's my why. So I've got a dream. I've always put exposure behind my dream. Now I put, literally directed exposure is what I call it, behind my dream. I have a why. I care about a lot of people, and a lot of people care about me today. I'm no longer homeless, constantly. And I've made a really good living in my life, and if I died tomorrow, I would be happy. I would literally be happy because I've attained practically every dream that I've ever went after. I've been able to experience so many things, and it's awesome. But my thing today is that I want to help people. I see people making mistakes. I see people doing things that if they just had a little bit of knowledge, they just wouldn't do that. You ever thought, and I'll give you an example real quick, have you ever thought, really, I mean, think about it. Okay, today you figure a light bulb moment out, and you start doing something that you've done for 10 or 20 years, but you start doing it different, and you get a different result. And you look at yourself and you're like, why didn't I think of that 10 years ago? That was so simple. And I've had a few of those in my life, and I think that really, truly is the reality of what we're really doing here with niche marketing and advertising and helping people in the networking industry, is that we're trying to say, listen, folks, if you're new to the industry or you're a guy that's been around the industry for a long time, have you ever advertised? Have you ever truly put the exposure? And I'm going to give you one more example, and then I'm going to tell you kind of what's coming up in the future here for everybody at Shop and Sherlock, and I'll keep it short, Brandon. I talked to a gentleman out in L.A. that's in a group that I'm involved in, and I asked him, he said, Scott, I've never had success. I've never had success. Now, I got lucky. I had one of the top industry guys, kind of give me a lot of great advice, and everything when I first started off, so I kind of had that lucky break, right? And so, what's interesting is that I said, well, and I like to say it, I don't want to embarrass him, but I said, you've been in a lot of the same organizations that I was in 12 years ago, and, why do you think you haven't had success? And he says, well, I don't know. And I said, well, let me ask you a couple questions. I said, how many people have you sponsored in your organizations in the past? And he says, well, anywhere from 2 to 14. And I said, wow, that's pretty impressive. I mean, you should be very successful, actually. And he says, I haven't. And I said, let me ask you another question. I said, how many people did you talk to, or how many people did you expose your opportunity to when you first started, doing your opportunity that you were promoting your home-based business? And he said, well, on average, I'd probably say 300. And I said, wow, that's starking. That's a starking number. Because I had to go expose my opportunity to well over 6,000 people. I mean, I had to have phone calls till late in the night where I was calling people in Hawaii. Okay? And back in the day, it wasn't so clear. You'd call somebody in Hawaii and you would talk and then there'd be a pause. And then they would talk and there would be a pause. The technology has really changed things, but I remember those days, and this is the point that I'm going to try to drive home right now today. For you to be successful in anything, I don't care what it is. It could be a relationship with your wife or your husband. If you don't say, honey, I love you, and you don't do it often enough, guess what? They're going to lose interest. Okay? So that's a form of exposure. In other words, come home, say, I love you, give her a kiss, give him a kiss, and do it often. And I guarantee you will get the result that you're looking for. Okay? In other words, you'll get the love back. My wife is laughing. And so, the reality is, if you take that...
Yeah, it's okay, South Carolina.
Welcome there, welcome. If you take that one example of exposure, now look at my example, literally 14, 15 years ago, when I put exposure to the opportunity I was involved in where I made $90,000, right? So, we put 6,000 phone calls at an average of 20 to 30 minutes per phone call. These weren't that I just made phone calls, okay? These were, I had conversations with people. These were the conversations that I had with people, and that ended up bringing us over $90,000 in revenue. So I look at exposure. I look at exposure, and I say to myself, okay, if you want to be successful, how do you figure out to get to where you want to go? It's real simple. So if everybody's got a paper and pen, I'm going to give you literally an equation, okay, that will help you. So I'm going to give you about probably 10 seconds here. So if you got a piece of paper and a pen, okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody's got a piece of paper and pen. Great. All right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down the amount of money that you want to make, okay, a month. It could be $50. It could be $500. It could be $1,000. It could be $10,000. Whatever that number is, that's the number that you know, and nobody else cares. But welcome to the call. If you would please mute yourself or hit, I guess it's star 6 or something. So, you've got the number now of what you want to make a month. Great. This is the reality of business and marketing. You will have to advertise and talk to an average of 300 people to get one person that will want to be in an opportunity with you. That's the number. Okay, everybody wants the magic number. That's it. Now, this is the reality with that number. Those people, when you advertise to them, they could come into your business the first month you advertise, the second month because they still held onto that advertisement. In other words, somebody that comes into your business could be coming into your business on the 5th month that actually got your advertisement on the 1st month, or the 2nd month, or the 3rd month. So you never know when that advertisement is going to hit. You never know when that person is going to make the decision. And so what I suggest is advertise on a consistent basis. Whether it's you move your elbow out to the person, you know, you got that, and you shake people's hands and you give them a business card or you give them a postcard and you start a conversation that way, or whether it's you mail postcards, however it works out, you've got to expose the opportunity and have 300 conversations with people about shopping Sherlock. And as you have those 300 conversations, two things will happen. One is you'll get really good at it. And the second thing is you'll begin to learn that Dexter Yeager had probably one of the best pieces of advice in network marketing. Learn how to become friends with new people. In other words, feel comfortable getting to know people that you've never met in your life. And the best thing to do when I'm out listing and I'm out working a network marketing company or home-based business opportunity, I always make sure that when I get out of my car, I have 2 of them in my hand. I have 3 of them in my hand. And the first 3 people I see, I reach my hand out and I say, there you go. My number's on the back. I'm so happy to meet you. I hope you call me tomorrow. And I just walk away. If they want to talk, then I conversate or something like that. So we've got the number that you want to, you want to make, and I'm telling you that you've got to get out there and have conversations with 300 people. So this is the reality. You look at your compensation plan and you figure out, okay, this is the comp plan. This is how much I get paid when I have X in this and X in that and 0 in this and Y in that, right? That little equation that they come up with, and you figure out how much money you get paid when you get somebody in your organization, or when you sell products, or all the different ways you make money in your organization. So then you times that amount of money, okay, by obviously 1, right? And because you want one person to make you that money. So you basically take the amount of money that you want to make, and you divide that amount of money into what you get paid, once you bring in, say, 4 people or 5 people or 6 people or whatever the scenario is. And that will tell you how many people you have to have in your organization to make that amount of money. Okay? Now, when I get to an organization, my goal is always $10,000. Because I know that once we get to $10,000, if you just work like a dog, like Brandon does, like a lot of people do, you literally will get to $10,000 quicker. When you get to $10,000, there's a magical thing that happens in network marketing. It tends to go viral. And it gets to the point that you aren't having to go out there and literally beat the path of the least resistance here. So, with that said, do a real quick recap real fast. When you go out and you're looking to build your opportunities, figure out how much money you want to make, figure out how much it's going to, how many people you have to have in to bring in X dollars, right? And then you divide that by the amount of money you make. That'll tell you how many people you need to have in your organization. Now, when it comes to advertising, that will also tell you how much advertisement you've got to put on the ground. I have figured out in Shopping Sherlock, for me to be at a $10,000 income with Shopping Sherlock, and I'm a part of me building this organization. You just can't pass out advertisements and not be a part of it, right? That doesn't happen. But if you're a part of it and you build a team and you build leaders and you do this, my estimation is that once your team, not you, your team has put out 100,000 advertisements. Okay, now you think about that. You can have 100 people put out 1,000 advertisements. Okay, but as those numbers grow and you start advertising, and then you get your team to start advertising, what happens is that it grows exponentially. I mean, in other words, one of the things that we're doing on our advertisements today is that we're putting our website on the advertisement. We're putting anything you have printed with our company, we put our website on it, saying printed by our company. And so the interesting part of that is that we know that the numbers alone will take care of themselves, right? Put out more exposure. You got your dream, you've got your why, and then the fourth principle of success is be prepared to fail and stumble, and realize that the secret really truly is don't quit. That's it. That's the secret. Don't quit. And a good guy, Art Somerville, that taught me a lot about postcard marketing many years ago, and I got a great opportunity to sit at his desk the other day, and his desk still looks the same as it did 20 years ago, which I thought was funny. And I'm sitting there talking to him about all the success that we're having now and the thousands of dollars that we're making and the proof of concepts that we're doing is working and all this. And he looked at me and he said, Scott, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about your kids. Let me talk to you about my kids. But what's interesting is Art Somerville told me something many years ago, and he said, Scott, the trick to postcard marketing, the trick to advertising, is once you start, don't stop. Because the moment you stop, you literally just took a 52 deck of cards, right, and you're looking for the aces, and you have to reshuffle. And that's it. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna give you guys some information on what we're doing here in the next few weeks, what we're doing now, and a program that I have come up with called a rolling co-op. Okay, imagine, and I'm gonna start by talking to rolling co-ops, and then Brandon he'll give you out the information to buy business cards. We put them custom with your name on them. They're very classy business cards. They're very nice, and they're very high quality. And then we also have a postcard that we just released, and Brandon is actually going to be putting the postcard out there so people can look at it tonight on Facebook and through email and that type of thing. We just finished the back of it, believe it or not, and it's really cool. I think it's awesome. We've got one more little change that we're making on the front before we release it. We just did that about 10 minutes ago before we got on the call. But this is rolling co-op. Okay, the new concept, never really been done before. We're going to start it, and we've done a lot of research. We've really burnt the candle at both ends of the day here to figure this out, and we're going to launch it tomorrow morning. It won't be on the website tonight. It will be on there tomorrow morning when you wake up. If you want to go to the website, then it'll be there for you to order. This is what we're going to do. We're going to open up 10 slots. 10 slots. And those slots are going to cost $50. And we're going to advertise on one of the products that I already advertise on. In other words, I have all these companies that I own and operate, and we do advertising. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to put Shopping Sherlock's ad on, and this is what we're going to do, guys. We're putting a 4.5. I told Brandon 12, but it's actually a 4.5 by 8 advertisement. And that's going to have a real beautiful advertising for Shopping Sherlock. You can tell by the cards on the website. We really, truly have put some energy in this. That's the guy that created that card, guys. The guy that works for DreamWorks, Paramount, and Lionsgate. That's our graphic artist, by the way. So if you need anything graphic art, we've got the right guy there. But what we're going to do is you're going to have an ad that's going to be continuous. It's never going to come off. It's going to go out every month. There could be 10,000, there could be 50,000 of these postcards going out a month. We're going to break it down for every 10,000 cards that we print up, and we print them up in about 10,000 increments. I don't know why we get the best deal on 10,000, but we do. We can do 20,000 or 30,000, and it doesn't seem like we're getting that great a deal. If we do 10,000, we get a better deal. So we're going to do 10,000 prints of this card that'll have my home service companies on there, Tucked Away Storage, and Allstate, believe it or not. Allstate, one of the Allstate agents here in the Charlotte region is going to be on the card. We've got a salsa Mexican grill is going to be on the card. And also, I used to be homeless, so we're actually advertising for the homeless, okay, a website where for people can go to donate money to the homeless. So you guys are going to be right beside helping the homeless, okay, right on this card. Brandon's going to have it here probably about Monday or Tuesday to show everybody what the ad will look like. We're going to practice to work on it pretty hard over the weekend. And what's going to happen is this. We're going to have 10 slots. They're $50 a piece. It's $500 per spot. That's not a lot of money for that size of an advertising space. I love Brandon Ivy. Brandon Ivy has taught me so much. We're great friends. We're business partners. So we've decided to go ahead and literally create a separate mailer, create a separate pass out just for Shopping Sherlock and put some of our long-term customers that we're wanting to build a great business with and put them on there with you. And also, we want to help the homeless. So there's going to be 10 slots. This is going to be the deal. If you hit the slot, you own it. You own it. As long as you maintain every time that we order 10,000, and that's going to be about every 2 weeks, we'll order a new batch of cards. So it would cost you a maximum of $100. Okay? Now, we will give you up until the point that our cutoff is, meaning that we'll be in once the 10 people are in here, we'll give them the cutoff. Okay? And they've got to have their money to us by then, where that opens up a slot, they lose it, okay? They lose it. It can be gone forever, okay? And somebody else has the opportunity to come in and take that slot. Now, this is what I love about this, is that there's going to be 10 individuals that really love Shopping Sherlock, really see this as a real long-term opportunity. And what they're going to do is they're going to go in there and they're going to get that slot. And then what they're going to do is they're going to go to their guys that they're working with. They're going to say, hey, if you put up $25 or $50 a month, I'll share it with you. And when I get the leads, I'll send you a lead. And so that way they know they can always use that slot. Now, there'll be other opportunities to come around. So that once we fill up this scenario, it's no big deal. Trust me, there's going to be more than enough opportunities. There's going to be another opportunity. Every single one of my websites, by the way, I own 7, okay, we get a lot of traction on those websites to the tune of about 400,000 hits right now, okay? So we're going to have banners that are going to be on those websites that we're going to sell for $25 a month. And they will be it'll be a rolling co-op as well with 10 people. 10, and I'm probably going to say it's going to have to be 10 separate people. Okay, that way we share the leads here. Another thing that's going to be going on is I happen to be good friends with the editor and the marketing publisher for one of the largest, are you guys ready? One of the largest magazines in network marketing and business opportunity world, and that's called Business Opportunity. Diane, actually has contacts where she can also work with us to get into Entrepreneur Magazine. Now, let me tell you what's exciting about this. I'm an ad agency. I buy advertising. I can get a half-page ad, guys, for about $2,000. Now, if you go check around, you'll notice that you're not getting a half-page ad in Entrepreneur Magazine for 2K. It ain't happening. Okay? It's about 4K. So, what we're going to do here next month, and this is not going to happen until January, I've got to figure out the date. When it's on the website, that's when it'll be up for sale. And we're going to start advertising Shopping Sherlock in 2 or 3 different magazines. And that is going to be a 20-person rolling co-op that the lead will come into a capture page, and when you'll have one of 20. Okay, so it'll automatically rotate to the next capture page, or the next. You'll get the next lead. Brandon is going to have the details on that. He's going to be the administrator of that program. All we're going to be doing is doing the advertising. We're going to be buying the ads and printing the ads. Okay? So, with that being said, Brandon, give out our website through email or through your Facebook or whatever. And Brandon, do you think there might be any questions that you have that maybe I need to clear up, or things that we need to kind of talk about before we get off the call? I know I went over just a little bit what we talked about, but I hope that everybody got the idea.
Well, that's the purpose of this call, Scott, just to give people the idea, because it's been a while since I brought you on before, and we have a lot of new people now. So we're going to be having a follow-up call next week where we'll go over this even more detail. We'll have a lot more people on, and this was recorded so that I can get it out to the whole team for people that couldn't make it here on Friday night. But I do want everybody to know, first and foremost, hey, Scott, would you mind if you give out your telephone number to them so they can give you a call directly?
Sure. And we take listen, guys, we take telephone calls from about 8 a.m. and if I don't answer your call or go to voicemail, I will call you back. Okay? It is 704-998-8205, and that's 704-998-8205. And you can also contact me by reaching out to me at scott@nichebrandsolutions.com, and Brandon will put that out there on Facebook or in the email as well, so everybody can have my email address and also have my phone number. And one last thing I'd like to say, Brandon, real quick before we finalize up everything, is that my passion in life is homeless. And I basically decided to come out of semi-retirement and bring some of the best sales. I've got a gentleman here, Brad McCombs, up in living with me, and his wife's up there. We brought him up from Alabama, Crimson Tide, right? And they're literally, he's heading up my sales division for all of our companies. And we've got a guy out of West Virginia that's coming down to run our home service company, and we are ramping up to not only help everybody in Shopping Sherlock succeed at a very high level, but every single ad that we put out, whether it's on the internet, whether it's in print, was one of my products that I own, that I normally sell for $500 to anywhere between $2,000. That's what advertisers pay to get on our ad, or it's in Entrepreneur Magazine, or it's in the Business Opportunity Magazine, or any of the other magazines we decide to go with. We are going to be putting an ad in there that is either going to have a celebrity that all of us know, or it'll have me talking about we need to donate money, educate people about the homeless, because they're not all drunks and crack addicts and stuff like that. Some of them are just like me. I had a $168 car repair, ended up homeless for 2 years. And that just shouldn't happen in this country. And I have the largest passion for homelessness, and I am going to be the man that literally, with a lot of other people, we change homelessness as we know it. So I would implore you, go donate $10 to a local charity that really helps the homeless. And normally it's the soup kitchen, They really, because they're feeding those people. And if this is the reality in life, guys, we are here to serve. We are not here to take. And so realize that that is my goal. I'm not doing this for any other reason. I don't need the money, okay? I make plenty of money. I do very well. I've done very well. I don't feel like I'm ever going to be homeless again. I've got so many friends, so many people that love me today where I didn't have it before. But I just want to let you know, we're doing this to change homelessness as we know it. And with your help, we can help you and you can help us, and we can spread that message around the world that it's okay to help other people once again in our country. So, Brandon, you know how I am. I put it all on the table, and I hope that everybody got a really good informed, concept of what we're doing here. We're going to try and teach people how to do marketing like big corporations do it, but do it on a shoestring budget. Because when I was homeless, that's exactly what I had to do. I mean, exactly what I had to do. I had to do it on a shoestring budget. So I'm excited, and Brandon, thank you for having me on the call.
Well, thank you, Scott, for lending us your expertise and your skills for our organization. And for everyone that knows, Scott is a member of Shopping Sherlock as well, has a position that will be working. And one thing I want you guys to really understand is I have people tell me all the time, Brandon, I want to make the type of money that you make. And especially over the last year when I was doing 5 figures a month in residual income. And you have to think like a business person. When I broke down the results of that, what did it take to make 5 figures a month? How many exposures did it take us to get there? We put 6,000 people in business in less than a year. So how many people did the entire organization have to go through to get 6,000 people? And we broke it down. It was a little over than 100,000 people that the entire organization went through so as to get 6,000 signups. Now, it took a year to get over 100,000 exposures. What if you just had 100 people doing 1,000 exposures a month? That's 100,000. And if you're doing that, if it took us 100,000 exposures to get to 6,000 reps and 5 figures on a yearly basis, what if you were doing those numbers on a monthly basis? Now we're talking 6 figures, not a year, but a month. That's how I think. And my ultimate goal is to be doing 6 figures and 7 figures a month. But to do so, you have to think and operate like a Fortune 500 company, not a $34.95 business. Which means we're going to have to market and we're going to have to advertise and we have to increase our exposure ratio and we have to teach people how to do the same. And that's what we're doing for all of you. I told you guys before, Power Team Marketing is not just about, we need to sign people up in the business to make money. This is an education course with a compensation plan attached to it. We're going to teach you the online. We're going to teach you the offline. We're going to have experts like Scott come on and share his wisdom and teach you guys how to have this type of success, because your success is our success. And we're also going to be having, you can go right now to postcardsthatjustneverend.com, postcardsthatjustneverend.com, and we already have business cards where you can purchase there, and the postcards. We'll have some new ones up, like Scott said, for tomorrow. But we're also going to be doing Power Team Marketing postcards and business cards and T-shirts and logos, all the good stuff we have coming for you. But at the end of the day, this is not a one-trick pony. This is something that takes time. Like Scott said, the only way to fail is to quit. The only way to fail is to stop. We're in this for the long haul. We're here with Shopping Sherlock for the long haul. Like I told Mr. Michael Weeder, we're here to the wheels fall off, and we're going to invest in it. So we're doing our marketing. Can you imagine for the course of 3 to 6 months of constant marketing? You have constant leads coming in, constant leads of people calling you and contacting you, and that's what this is about after you're done talking to friends and family and relatives. So we'll have a follow-up call next week. This call was recorded, so I'll get out to everybody, and thank you guys for joining us tonight. We do have a webinar tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, a little over an hour from now, with Noel Floyd, liveonedream.info. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you, Scott Compton. We'll see you all later. God bless. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Your conference recording has stopped.
Good that you remember that this side
Needs to be left open, or you want to close it all